All right, it is 10 o'clock according to our clock, so we're going to get started. Good morning, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. Welcome, Facebook.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us for another wonderful Fed Friday. I'm Darlene Jenkins.
And I'm Dr. Rita Bailey Rowland.
And we are here for Fed Friday from Affordable Benefit Solutions. So let's just jump right on in here. First of all, before we get started into the information for today, I want to let everybody know that's live on the webinar, that's watching us out there on Facebook, that we are going to be at the upcoming Blacks in Government conference during the National Training Institute next week, August 21st through the 24th. So if you're going to be attending, if you just found out this today that, hey, your agency has allowed you to come on and come to the big conference, please come and check us out live. On the screen. You see our classes that we're going to be teaching: financial renovations, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Rita Bailey is going to be teaching that. We're going to be in Wildwood room 8 and 9. Easy to remember. Remember when we were young, we used to go to Wildwood, New Jersey? Well, remember Wildwood, and we were probably about 8 or 9 when we were going to Wildwood, New Jersey. So you can put that together. On Wednesday, we're going to be teaching Understanding Your Federal Employee Benefits. So you can see all of this information that we're going over on a weekly basis live, all in one snapshot. And again, on Thursday, we're going to be teaching the same workshop from 10 a.m. to 11:45 on Thursday the 24th. So I hope you can join us there. If you're not going, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, hey, this is where you want to go. Point them over there to Facebook Live, because we can always see the recap of this broadcast. So now I'm going to turn it over to you, Rita. Again, if you have any questions, please type them in the Q&A. It should be along the top of your screen. If you're watching online, if you're on your phone, it should be on the bottom, I believe. All right, Rita.
All right, good morning again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to get ourselves prepared for retirement. We're going to be talking about some retirement income sources, and hopefully we can get to Social Security. But because I want to respect your time, I'm going to stay within that 15 to 20 minute time, but we will get to it. This whole purpose of this series is just to help you understand your benefits and to help you reach your financial destination. So Fed Fridays is all about helping you reach your financial destination. Of course, we have our disclaimer. We're doing a lot of information. Some of it is not going to be specific for you. It's going to be in general, but when you sit down with us one-on-one, we can take your situation and, of course, create a plan that's perfect for you. Thank you for understanding today's agenda. I just talked about that. And so let's talk about a retirement income plan that helps you determine your financial outlook. So when we're thinking about retirement is a lot included. And many people think of retirement just, I'm going to work these 30 years and I'm going to get this check and I'm going to go. But retirement is a lot more than just your money. But today we're going to talk about a few things. One, we're going to talk about the money and the sources. And the question that you want to ask yourself is, how much income will you need in retirement? And what you need in retirement is really predicated on what your expenses are. So one of the things that we do, that's like the foundation of financial planning, is having a budget. So we help you to create a budget if you don't have one, and make sure that you have everything in your budget. Many people have a budget, but when I sit down with them and they go over the budget that we have, they forget about the things that come every quarter. They forget about the things that come annually. They forget about these eyeglasses that could be $400 or $500. They forget about Christmas and vacations and birthdays and graduation. So we want to make sure that your budget is a real detailed budget, so we can really know what you need to have coming in so that it can cover what you have going out. Where would that income come from? You see on the pig over there, there's a lot of sources for your bank. And so it could be a Roth, it could be a Social Security, it could be pension. And we're going to talk about the characteristics of those different streams of retirement income in a second. And how will you manage that income over a 30-year retirement? And some people may not think that that's a long time, but you don't understand that retirement income could last for many 30 years. I just saw it on Facebook or somewhere, or the news, that they're celebrating the oldest person in America is 114 years old. So can you imagine if they retired at 65? Let's just give them 65. That is almost 50 years in retirement. So they probably in retirement longer than they work. So can you imagine, will your money last as long as you do? So it's important to know, one, where will your income come from, how much you need, and will it last over that 30-year time period. Planning for life in retirement. So one of the things I just talked about, people get prepared all about the money, how much money I'm going to have, how much money I'm going to have. But life in retirement is another whole world. You have to prepare for life in retirement. I think it's very important. My dad started working when he was 8 years old. He's from the country, working in the fields in Virginia. And he retired at 65. So he had worked pretty much his entire life. First 8 years, no work. But from 8 on, he worked to 65. And his goal was to do so much after retirement. But of course, he was ill. But so planning for retirement is really important to plan what you're going to do after retirement, where you plan to live. Some of you want to leave this high area. You live in the Washington, D.C. area, or you live somewhere. A lot of people are moving down south. They're moving somewhere else so that their income will last. But you got to ask your question. Well, one of my cousins, he wants to move to Florida. He doesn't know anyone in Florida. He has no family. He has no children. I'm asking him why he want to go so far. If something happened to him, who's going to help take care of him? So when you think about moving somewhere, think about, are you going to have the health care you need? Are you going to have the systems in place that support your retirement lifestyle? How much home will you need? Some of you got these really deep homes are lavish. They're 3,000 square foot. They're 4. They're 28. It's just you and your spouse. It's just you. Do you need that much space? What's important to you now? Is it important having a big house, having to clean it and do all this work? Or do you want something simple where you don't have any of that work? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. And what are your work or hobby goals? Do you want to just come home and do nothing? If you work like my dad for that long a period, can you come home and sit and do nothing? So what do you plan to do? Maybe you plan to work part-time.Maybe you have a business, or maybe you just like to sew or make cookies or whatever it is. Find something that you want to do. I know in this area, I was trying to plan my party last year, and I went to, what was that rec place? It was a senior citizen place in Laura Bowie. When I say them seniors are doing big things over there, the center is beautiful. So even if you retire, maybe you can join a group like that. And I just met with a client. So if you're in the PG area, you're looking to retire, you know someone, AARP has a chapter in Prince George's County and looking for new members. It's $10 for the entire year, but they bring you so many things, workshops, they plan trips, and you just being around other like-minded people. So you can be a part of things like that. How long do you anticipate living? Because that's unknown to us. You have to still prepare your money to last just as long as you're going to last. And because you don't know when that is, you have to make sure you have a stream or 2 or 3 of income that will be lifetime income, not just for 10 years or 20, but something that will last as long as you do. Because what if you are the one that lives until you're 100 or 114? Will your income last just as long? And what are the unknowns that life holds? We don't know what it is because it's unknown, but we know that there's always something. I don't care who you are. There's some trial, there's some tribulation. There's something that always comes up. It could be your health situation. It could be your child. It could be anything. You have to be prepared, and your money may need to be a part of your budget that's planning for those unknowns. How much income will you require to cover all of those expenses? And don't forget to include your fun money, your vacation money. You're going to get them grandbabies, something. Put all of that in your budget. And so therefore, our income must hold that. What are the multiple sources of income? And I'm going to ask Darlene to make sure she keeps me on time. Okay. All right. So, of course, a few of the sources is Social Security. Pensions means your SERS, your FERS. If you work for the school system, they could have a pension. If you work for someone like Giant Foods or wherever you may work, there are still a few good jobs that still have a pension. They're not a lot, but there are a few good jobs that still have a pension. If you work for the city or the state, your government, there is a pension. There are also things called annuities, and these are another thing that you can create another stream of lifetime income for yourself. And maybe sometime this month, but we will do a few series on understanding annuity. Part-time job. Some of you just know that you just can't go home and sit and do nothing. You need to do something. What is that part-time job? Now, this is just my opinion, If you find a part-time job after you've already worked for 30, 35, 40 years, some of you are going to work your 41 years in 11 months, doing this serious job, working for the government, working for this private industry. Part-time job, make it something that you like to do. So find something. I like to decorate homes. I may go work for a new home development, or somebody that I can really take my passion and enjoy my passion. So what is that thing you like to do? And maybe you can make that your part-time job. Are you going to do some real estate investment? I met with a young lady yesterday. She's very young. She's only 35 years old, but she's really preparing for her retirement. So she has 2 homes, and she's looking to get some more homes. That's going to be part of her retirement plan, and it's also going to be part of her retirement portfolio. And the last is your business interest. I know I'm on the phone, and there's a bunch of entrepreneurs listening to me now. So if you know that's your goal is to have a business or to create one, make the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years, whatever it is for you planning to get to your retirement. Use these years to find out what do you want to do, where you would want to do it, what type of product you need, what type of corporation. Should it be a C Corp? Should it be an L Corp? Should it be a LLC? Figure out all the details and start to put your business plan in place. So when you walk out the door, you may take a month off, a week, or whatever it is you desire, you can step into your business. You've already created the plan prior. So planning for retirement is not just about the money that you plan. It's about planning for the afterlife and how does that look for you. So let's break down these characteristics of your income. The first one is Social Security. It's an inflation-adjusted income that's guaranteed for life. And many of us, probably everyone on this call, everyone that's on Facebook, we have some really insecurities about Social Security because, as we used to say, it's so insecure that we really don't know what's going to happen to it. What we do know is that in 2011, what they thought was going to happen in 2016 is going to have pretty much a lot of money going out and not enough coming in. It happened in 2011. So we do know that there's something have to be done. What will be done? I don't know, and I'm just saying this. I'm no expert. I don't work for Congress. I just don't feel like they'll just stop it all away. I think that would be devastation. This country would be in an uproar, it'd be poverty, and it just would be a mess. But I do foresee that they may go to age 70 or they will increase age. And the next one is the pension. That's also a fixed income that's guaranteed for life. So if you work for the government, that is your civil service retirement system pension. That is your FERS, your federal employees retirement system. That is your CSRS offset. That is your pension. That's based on your year and it's based on your age. And so once you reach that those 2 numbers, you're then qualified to retire. And most of them are based on your high free salary. Earnings from work, fixed or variable income. So it's not permanent and it will cease with ill health or just old age. At some point, no matter who you are, you won't even feel like working, or you're not going to want to work, or you cannot, because of your health, continue to work. Annuities, there are a few different types of there's fixed, there's variable, and they must manage for sustainability. So the whole purpose of annuities for you to be able to put a pool of money away to create a stream of income at some point down the road that you can create till you die. Other income, so you just need to look at your other sources. Like another young lady came in. She has a home in North Carolina, and she has 2 in Florida. The 2 in Florida need about $20,000 of repairs. So you're looking at using one of her streams of income to fix those homes up, and that then will create another $1,200 to $1,500 a month for her in income because the homes are paid off. So she's sitting on $1,200 to $1,500 of income now that she can create, and she's thinking about doing maybe an Airbnb for one of the homes and maybe renting the other one out to just a family. So if you have sources of income, you have real estate, don't let it just sit there and you're paying taxes on it. Let that create a stream of income for you. And of course, you have income and withdrawals from your IRAs, your 401k, your 403b. And so these are other streams of income, your savings and non-qualified investment. One of the things that we're going to talk about next month while we're talking about our series on life insurance, we'll show you some options that you can use, especially design life insurance to create another stream of income for you. We're going to probably have one of our agents, the lovely Dr. Javon Walker, who's also the author of a book, You See the Bait. So she'll be on one Friday talking about that. And so for many, especially young people, it's a great way for you to create an income stream that is also tax-free. All right, we're doing pretty good. The average retirement income sources. So this slide is very important because what happens is that pre-retirees have this notion in their mind where they think their income is going to come from. But once they retire, the actual experience is different from what we thought. So if you look here, most of them, the majority of them thought that 47% of their retirement income was going to come from IRAs, thrift savings, 401k. What it came out to be, what in reality, 23%. Many thought that Social Security would be only 31%, but for most people, 59% of their income came from the so insecure. So don't disrespect that. And you know, many people talk about Social Security, Social Security. Let me ask you a question and let you do the homework. How much money would you need to have in a bank and in an investment to create for you what Social Security will create for you a month? So if your check is going to be $2,100 a month, what needs to be in your account or your investment that would give you $2,100 a month for the rest of your life? You calculate those millions and see that you may not look at Social Security the way you used to. Now, of course, it's controlled by the government. Things could change, but it's still a good source of income. Savings accounts and CDs, 24% what they thought prior, and it actually ended up being 11%, which means many people didn't have as much saved as they thought they would have. Pension plans, 24%, but it actually is 37%. Home equity, 20%, 18%. It's pretty much probably what they thought actually happened. And the last one was stocks and mutual fund, 19%, and what actually was 13%. So when you think about you, look at your retirement income sources, write them down. What do you project, what percentage they will bring to you in terms of income, so that you can then compare after retirement, does your pre-retirement outlook look like your retirement experience? So we probably won't get to it because I'm running out of time, but we're going to talk about the next time the smart money order. We're going to talk about, and this was from a book by a young man by the name of Patrick Kelly. He talked about the smart money order. I'll go into details next time, but he's talking about free money. We'll talk about that, tax-free money, tax-deferred money, and taxable money. So we're going to break down your money and your sources into those four category. Again, we're going to be teaching not next week, starting this Monday coming. So we got Saturday and Sunday to enjoy the weekend, and the conference is on Monday, August the 21st through the 24th. Those are the three classes that we discussed. If you came on late, we will be at the big conference. We're going to be teaching on the 22nd from 3 to 4:45, financial renovation, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it doesn't matter if you have it going on, if you don't have it going on. This class will help you to find something to help renovate your finances. Of course, we're going to be teaching our core, which goes with our book that I don't have, but just imagine I'm holding up a copy of my book called Understanding Your Federal Employee Benefits for the New Retirement Climate. We'll be teaching two of those that Wednesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Of course, this is our information where you can reach us, our address, our phone number, fax, emails, and our website. And from our hearts to yours, we say thank you, and it's Fed Friday. Have a great weekend. We're still here. If you need to ask questions, we are available to ask your questions. We're going to sign off Facebook Live, but we thank you for taking time with us. We take not for granted that you decided to spend 15 to 20 minutes with us today. Thank you.
All right. See you next week, this time here, same place on this broadcast. Take care, everybody.
Still have questions, on the webinar, you can hold on.